From a sales technique perspective, it's everything is really about making the customer feel heard. And there's this really great book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, and he was a lead FBI hostage negotiator. And he wrote an entire book on building an emotional connection with the whoever's on the opposite side of the table. Now, in this case, it's obviously not hostage negotiation, it's a potential client, but the same rules apply where you're building not only rapport with them, that's kind of a baseline, but you're deeply understanding what's important to them. And in this case, there's no pitching, there's no really selling. There's just understanding deeply what their problem is. Because I'm sure we've all had that experience where we send over a proposal and we just don't hear anything back, right? We hear crickets. There's only a few reasons why this might happen. I mean, one is they honestly might just not have budget for you, but more likely is that you didn't nail their pain or their pain isn't that pressing. And so for us to really do a good job closing, we need to make sure that we truly understand whatever pain point is incredibly pressing for the client. So something that they have to solve, something that they don't have an option to solve because it's so important for their business. And in our discovery calls, we need to be getting down to the nitty-gritty of exactly what that is and making it all about them. And then when we write our proposal, we're using as much of their language as possible. So they should be reading their words back to them in that proposal. It's going to resonate with them. It's going to land for them. And then even when we want to charge some higher prices, because their problem is so gnarly, it's so big, we've used their own language. So they're like, wow, this person gets it. They're going to want to bring us on. And maybe the number that we put out is too high, and that's okay. That's actually a good thing. Then they're going to counter versus just ghosting us, right? And just a quick reminder that if a client does not counter, then we haven't asked for high enough, right? Every single time you should actually seek a no. If we don't get a no, we didn't ask for enough, just by definition. And so don't be scared of that no. In fact, seek it out and then let them counter. Don't negotiate against yourself. Ask them what would be fair for them. But again, if you've hooked them on the right scope, the right solution for them, and they really feel heard and that you're the right person for the job, then they're going to bring you on. You're going to get a response. You'll be in a negotiation, and that's the best way to close.